tough day. How would you assess things after day one?
Well, I thought we stuck at it. I thought they played particularly well in those first few sessions. Obviously, win the toss in Adelaide. It's a good toss to win. It was a good batting pitch. And if you looked at it throughout the day, the run rate didn't go too far, but we'd have obviously loved to have more wickets down at the end of the day. So overall, but Lamishane and Warner played very well. I thought they defended straight. Every time we went fuller on them, they punched us down the ground. And obviously we tried a couple of little different things, obviously with Ben Stokes going shorter at them, which unsettled them. Yeah, and then sometimes maybe we didn't quite get the rub of the green, and obviously, putting a couple of catches down out there as well. For Joss, he's going to hurt tonight, but he's going to have to get out of bed and come again and enjoy his day tomorrow, because that's what Test cricket's all about.
You've got 5 right-arm bowlers of similar pace. Was there a lack of variety in the attack?
No, I think we picked the team. We picked the right team for this match, and actually, I thought on another day we could have grazed the edge more, and it could have been different on day one. But it wasn't. I said a mixture of going past the edge, and also I thought they played very well. Those two, as I say, they did their basics well. A little bit of a rub of the green, but they played very well.
Well, I will go. Just wondering about the timing, I guess, with those slow over rates and everything. It was 7 minutes before the scheduled end of play that we saw Jimmy with the new ball under lights. So could you reflect on sort of how the day unfolded when it seemed as though the team had been selected to sort of make the most of that night session?
Well, it's challenging, the over rates, and overall we were 1 down. So I think there's bigger things going on in the world than over rates.
But I mean the over rates that meant you had root bowling late to try and get to that second new ball and take that.
Yeah, again, I think you get through as quick as you can. Reviews are taking time to get through as well. Sometimes batsmen aren't ready. So minutes get lost throughout the day's cricket. It's just one of those things really in Test cricket. We'd like it all to be more perfect and everything, but it isn't.
Did it feel like, though, that was possibly the session that you had hoped for, but things just didn't then align for it to be there? So, having root bowl, then having the Ben Stokes bowl short rather than having the seam and swing.
I think in an ideal world, you'd like to have more overs with a newer ball, but it's not always as straightforward as that. I wish it was. I mean, the one thing, if we come in tomorrow, we've got to try to make inroads early. I think if you win the toss in Adelaide and in a pink ball match as well, you're a bit more in control if you get longevity in your first innings. So that'll be the challenge for us going forward. But we're going to have to fight hard. 220 for 2 on day one. Australia have won the first day, but we've got to roll our sleeves up and show some fight. Come back tomorrow.
Barrett, and then we'll do Rory at the back.
Graham, you spoke about the short pitch ploy. Do you think maybe you guys went for a little too early in the day, and do you think some of the other bowlers were slightly shorter than what they could have been? No.
I think in terms of who's capable of being able to bowl short, I think we saw it. It unsettled. It gives you an option and a way of attacking. I don't think you can attack like that all the time, due to actually what it physically takes out of your bowlers. And they may all be right arm bowlers, but for me they've all got a slightly different style about them as well. As I say, we stuck at it well, but we didn't quite get the rub today. And I thought a combination of Australia, the 2 batters playing particularly well, very disciplined. Then that's led to us being in a position where we're in at the end of the day.
And did those 2 batters kind of provide a blueprint for you on how your batters need to go there, where it's not really easy to go out there and just score runs very quickly?
No, they're experienced. Anyone who averages 16 close to 50 in Test cricket knows what they're doing, and they stuck to their guns within that, and they did their basics well. I say Lamishane played and missed. on probably a dozen occasions out there. On another day, if he gets one on the edge, as I say, a couple of chances as well throughout the day for us, have led to day one being a tough day for us, but we're not out of it.
Rory, then we'll do Scott Bailey. Go ahead, Rory.
Thorpe, just on Joss again, you obviously said he'll have to pick himself back up. Do you guys do you help him with that, or is it hands off when you have a horrible moment like that?
Well, no, I mean, anyone knows who's played this game with drops a catch, is always disappointed. But yeah, he's a human being, and it's a bit like being a goalkeeper, a wicket keeper. You can keep magnificently throughout the day, but if you drop a catch, it gets highlighted, and but we'll get round him, and try to be philosophical about it as well, because I think you have to be. At the end of the day, we're playing a game of cricket.
And obviously, you expected there to be flat sessions or tough sessions in the field, especially losing the toss. But were you in the dressing room? Were you surprised at how little it did at that sort of danger moment when the light takes over and the pink ball? It didn't do tons.
No, but I think that's the thing about having probably a player who's in and set, and somebody who's an experienced player at the other end as well, to use your skill and your sort of savviness within that situation is very important, and probably we would have liked some more overs with a newer ball, but I say it's challenging at times to. Everyone thinks it's straightforward getting through 80 overs at the perfect time, but it isn't. It's much harder. Temperatures, make up sometimes of your team as well, and also the stoppages which go on throughout the day.
Did it do less earlier than, like, say after that 10-15 over mark? Did it do less than you expected there? And then what does that mean for tomorrow, do you think, given that you sort of had to resort to that shorter bowling maybe early on than you would have liked in that sense?
Well, I don't think our plans were too bad, throughout the day. As I say, if we'd bowled poorly, we would have gone for a lot more throughout the day. So it's not a case of feeling sorry for ourselves when we come in tomorrow again. It's actually trying to do very similar things, and when it comes to our turn to bat, for doing things for a long period of time as well. I think you saw that from the two players today. They did things well for long periods of time, and I think you can take advantage on the last session at times. If you've got an attack which is a little bit more tired.
How crucial is that first session tomorrow then, given it sets up the timing of the day? Like, if Australia bat through that first session well without losing wickets, then they can probably control the time which they bowl tomorrow night. Yeah,
very important. Very important. That we're able to get in and make some inroads tomorrow. As you say, if it went perfectly for Australia, then who knows what they're going to do, but they'll be more in charge of the situation. And so it's for us to come in, roll our sleeves up and get stuck in again tomorrow and enjoy what we're doing. Very important.
Last one we'll do Andrew at the front here, and then we'll do Australia.
Graham, forecast tomorrow is for a stinking hot day. How do you sort of get yourselves up for the prospect of maybe 6 hours and 35, 40 degree heat?
Have a little swim in the morning, get some good fluids on board, and come in with smiles on our faces and look forward to the day's work.
Done. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, Sophie. See you tomorrow. Have a good evening.